sound, yeah? When we get that dynamic just down a bit, and we start to hear air moving, it sounds really cool, okay?
So it's Sunday morning, and today is the rehearsal for the Herts Youth Jazz Ensemble. We're going to be meeting up to rehearse our Bernstein Beyond set for the Herts Jazz Festival next weekend. So some of the most talented young jazz musicians from across the county will be meeting up to join forces. For those of you who have ever organised, run or written for a big band, you will now know what the next couple of hours involves for me. So we're off to the beautiful town of Hitchin in North Hertfordshire. So, just in the car heading back from our Herts Youth Jazz Ensemble rehearsal. We had a really great afternoon, blowing through all the charts. I thought the band sounded exceptional, and all the young players we had there really rose to the challenges we threw at them. The charts I bought sounded really good. We did the version of Maria I wrote for us to do. We did a version of You're Awful from On the Town. We did That's Life as well. So yeah, I was really happy with how they managed to deal with some of the tricky bits in those arrangements. For example, You're Awful's in the key of D flat, and for young jazz musicians that's a tricky key to play in. And the tonality of Maria, which is all based around the tritone, they really managed to get to grips with it, and it started sounding really good by the end. Bernstein repertoire sounds great. It's going to be really fun to play, and then we've got plenty of other charts that are going to sound really good too. Our vocalist is sounding in fine form, so it should be a really interesting set. So if you're around next weekend, then make sure you get down to the Herts Jazz Festival and check us out, the Herts Youth Jazz Ensemble. So it's Tuesday morning. I ended up having a really busy day yesterday with my first session with the University of Hertfordshire Big Band, which was really fun. But there was one more point I wanted to make on our big band playing. Didn't get time to make it yesterday, so I wanted to make it now before I put this up. So it's to do with how we listen. Now, jazz music in general, we should be listening when we're performing all the time. When we're in a small band, that idea of listening is more based around listening to what other people are playing over certain progressions and rhythmic ideas and things like that, so we can interact with them. Now in a big band, I mean, that still has its place, certainly the rhythmic interactions when we are in improvised sections. However, in a music where it's more scored out and there's a lot more structure to the music, our listening becomes slightly different. Now I made this point to the band on Sunday. We were really trying to get them to listen to not just what's going on in other sections, but really listen to the part next to them, not just the next person in the line. We had more of them. This is the way quite often with these youth bands. We get quite a lot of saxophonists, and so we end up doubling up on parts. So it's really important that they don't just listen to the other person playing their part, they listen to all the next part down and the rest of the section, so we get an idea of where they fit. We were playing some music with some quite closely scored harmony in the saxophone solis, so I get an idea of where they fit in the general scheme of how that arrangement sounds and how that section sounds, where they fit in their harmony, their place is really important. And we really got them listening to each other. And when we did, finally, the volume suddenly came right down because they were listening to each other and it sounded really cool. It started swinging. So it's a really important point when you're playing in a big band to not just listen to yourself and not just listen to perhaps the person next to you or the drums or the bass or whatever for the time, but actually listen to other sections and other players. But yes, listening is the key, and listening to what's going on in the scored out structural elements, and it gives you a real idea of your place in that band. So I'm having a really big bandy week. So obviously we had Sunday afternoon with the Herts Youth Jazz Ensemble, last night with my University of Hertfordshire big band. I've got my music service, my St Albans big band on Thursday, and then at the weekend I've got Friday and Saturday 2 big band gigs, and then a big band gig on Sunday morning at the Jazz Festival. So hopefully I'll be able to get a few more ideas about big band playing out to you this week, and some details on the gigs and stuff that I'm doing and where you can come and see them. So keep an eye out for those bits as well. See you next time.